Hey there, I'm Cori, and this is going to be a quick 5-minute feel-good yoga. If you ever feel like you need a pick-me-up in the middle of the day, or maybe you just woke up and you want to do a quick yoga practice. So let's get started standing the easiest way possible. And you might have a mat, you might not have a mat. You can just use the carpeted floor if you have something cushiony underneath you. You'll start with your feet about hips distance apart. And take a big breath in, reach your arms up and overhead, nothing fancy. Exhale, bend your knees a little bit, hinge at your hips, come down into a forward fold. Bend your knees any amount that feels good in your lower back and your legs. Inhale, rise up halfway, press your hands into your shins. And exhale, fold back down. Press down into your feet, come up to standing, take the arms high. Inhale. And exhale, go right back down. And these are called half sun salutes. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. And they're just a good way to warm up the body without being too intense. Press into your feet. Take your arms wide like you have wings. Come all the way up to standing. Take your hands down by your sides. We'll do one more just like that. Inhale, stretch the arms high, grow a little taller in your spine. Exhale, keep the length in your spine as you fold all the way down. Inhale, hands to shins, stretch the heart forward. This time take your hands down onto the floor, walk them out. We'll come into a downward facing dog. So start to push your hands flat down into the mat. Stretch your hips up and back. Let your shoulders relax a little bit away from your ears, especially at the base of your neck. Pedal out your feet a little bit. And start to shift yourself forward into a plank pose. Shoulders come over your wrists. Set your knees down right underneath your hips. Use an inhale, take your heart forward, come into a cow pose. Exhale, round your spine. Let your chin come to your chest. Push the shoulder blades apart from each other. Take 2 more rounds like that. Inhale, cow pose, heart forward. Exhale, round your back like a scared cat. One more time. And then come back to your neutral spine. Stretch your right fingers high towards the ceiling. Then thread that arm underneath your left arm. Bring your shoulder down. Walk your fingers forward if you need more space. And just stretch out the back of the shoulder here. And try to direct your breath into the back of your ribs. And then slide your left hand back, push down. Right fingers reach high one more time. And take the right hand down. Switch over to the other side. Inhale, left fingers high. Exhale, thread through. Again, your right fingers could crawl forward. If you need some more space for your face or a little bit more leverage. And press your right hand down. Stretch your left fingers up to the sky. And settle your left hand. And tuck your toes under. Lift your hips up and back. Return to your downward facing dog. Inhale, come up to the balls of your feet. Tiptoe your feet all the way up to your hands. It's okay to let your knees bend a little or a lot on the way. Inhale, come back to that halfway lift. Hands to your shins. Exhale, fold in. Take the arms out to the sides, come all the way up, and then hook one thumb over the other side, bend over to your right. Inhale through the middle. Exhale, side bend left. Inhale, reach a little higher, come through center. Exhale, release the hands, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to a plank pose. You might lower the knees down. Take your heart forward, elbows stay by your side. Come all the way down to your belly. Untuck the toes back behind you and reach your hands back to interlace them. Inhale, stretch your knuckles toward the back of the room. Point your toes. Stretch from your toes out through your heart. And then lower yourself back down. If it's hard for you to clasp the fingers, you could hook a thumb over the other or have a towel in between your hands or anything like a towel. Inhale, stretch fingers or knuckles back, point the toes, get long and firm your legs. Exhale, lower down. Slide your hands in next to your low ribs. Press your way up through hands and knees. Take your knees a little wider and sit back onto your heels. Find a child's pose. Take a big breath in all the way down into your belly. Exhale, let the breath go. Then as you come up, take your hips over to one side so you can stretch your legs out in front of you. And feet can be together or a little bit apart. Knees can be bent or straight. Flex your toes and sit up a little taller. And then start to crawl your way forward, coming into a fold over your legs. And let your chin drop down. Let yourself round to stretch into the backs of the legs. And then use an inhale breath to take you up through center. Bend your knees and lower all the way down onto your back. Yeah, take your feet to hips distance, knees pointing up toward the ceiling. Make sure your feet are close enough that you can touch them with your fingers. Press your hands down by your sides. Root into your heels to lift your hips up for a bridge pose. Take a breath here. And set your hips back down on the mat. Step your feet wide, take the knees together. Let them drop to the right, both same direction. And come through center, let them drop to the left. And take one more windshield wiper each way. Yeah, once you get back over the right side, let them fall in that direction. Press down into your hands. Lift yourself up into a seat. We'll come to a seated position and just take a few breaths together. Root through your sitting bones, sit up a little taller, take a breath in through your nose. Exhale out your mouth. Another one, inhale. Exhale, let it go. Last time, inhale deeply. Exhale with a sigh. And bring your palms together in front of your heart. And take a moment here, just thank you to your body for even being able to do 5 minutes of yoga. And we'll say to each other, Namaste.